sign a historic contract in coming weeks. Once again, and I like Micah Parsons. There are, but he is a bit of a splash player, and he was in college. He'll make highlight plays. He'll beat really bad corners. I mean, he's got 52.5 sacks in his career. 10.5 are against Washington. I think 5.5 are against Carolina. 4.5 are against the Giants. He's got a big chunk of his sacks on 3 awful teams until Washington hit on Jaden Daniels. So this is like Austin Reeves. I am willing to pay A-plus money for A-plus players. There's a lot of great defensive players in this league. But I think the really smart organizations overwhelmingly stay young and cheap on defense. Chiefs and the Rams. Except unless you have an elite defensive lineman. There are 5 currently. This is it. 5 current defensive players. I just pay whatever it takes. Whatever the market bears. Myles Garrett, I'm paying whatever it takes.
Mm-hmm.
Jared Verse, you don't have to pay him for a couple years. Folks, he's the closest thing I've seen to Lawrence Taylor on the edge. Potentially. Like this kid, he was a rookie. Wait until this year. Max Crosby, Patrick Surtain, and Chris Jones. Chris Jones, an interior defensive lineman. He may not play for another 4 years. I'd pay him. And you can say, oh, what about Hendrickson with the Bengals? So-so against the run. He's 30 years old. So he's also on the edge. The Aaron Donalds and the Chris Jones that go inside, it's not a lot of those on the planet. So, and there's like Will Anderson of Houston. I'd like to see one more year. He's close. Jalen Carter of Philadelphia was a little squirrely in college. I worry a little bit about the maturity. Probably really close. He'd be 6. But Micah Parsons, even in college, he was a splash player. If you go, and you're totally honest about this, boom or bust was great for Jerry Jones in the oil business. It's not
what the fuck is wrong with this guy?
I need boom all the time. That's Myles Garrett or Jared Verse. So we've talked about this before. How are you in the playoffs as a pass rusher? Again, when you're in division with awful Washington for years, you're playing Carolina every other year, it's the New York Giants turnstile. I'm not interested in that. If you look at Micah Parsons in the regular season and in playoffs, he disappears in the playoffs. 4 games, 1 sack, no forced fumbles, not that many quarterback hits. Why? Because he's a bully. He's great against average. The small kids on the playground.
The fuck is wrong with him? What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Hope everybody's having a great day. Let's get open for business here, and let's wake up the football gods. Broke ass media. I just got back from being down at the Red Brick House, and in the studio here, didn't realize that camera was off, had to go ahead and get it plugged in, and found out got to go back down to the Red Brick House first thing in the morning. Got a problem with the tenants that I got to go take care of. So thought I was going to be here working on some stuff at the house, but unfortunately got a change of plans. And so I just got here and I got to get up early and go. So be it as it may, it is what it is. Let me say hello to Holly Pierce. What's up, Holly? How are you doing tonight? We got Lady Libra in the house. What's up, lady? How are you doing? We got Roland's Review. What's up, Stacy? How are you doing tonight? And Linda, I didn't get an email from you. They passed it on to you. Jeff Lee, I can't remember who it was, but somebody passed it down. You were our winner this past week. Email me, cowboysmark94@gmail, so that way I can get Miss Tracy to make you your shirt there, lady. Let's see. Matthew's in the house. Sugar Daddy Williams, how are you doing? Jeff Lee. My name is Jeff. I got Bobby Beninsky with his second super chat. Bobby, I gotta tell you, man, I'm upset with you, man. I saw you hanging out, in the members chat with Game Time Brian and stuff, and I feel jealous, man. You haven't graced us. Alan Walker, how are you doing? Matthew in the house, what's up? Jimbo, what's going on? Let's see. Logan Motorsports, how you doing? Barboza, good evening, Mr. Mark Holmes. How are you doing? Go Cowboys. I want Jobu's head week 1. Good luck with that. I'm telling you, bro, you don't want that kind of stuff, man. I don't know. If you actually get his head, it might be kind of dangerous. So we're in the middle of silly time right now, okay? It's silly time. There's nothing really going on. Cowboys mark 94. 94. You got to put 94 like Charles Haley, like Mark Holmes, like D. Ware, and things on there. Cowboys mark 94 at gmail.com, Linda. Okay. There's nothing really going on, fortunately, other than Mike is over here dancing. I don't know why Mike is dancing, prancing, and all that, but he's doing the happy dance over there. But you get Colin Cowturd, who literally, how does he, you have to say some shit that is just outrageous to try and get a reaction. So let me see if I got this straight. He's just basically, you heard what he did. You see how he picks and chooses? Well, 4.5 of his sacks are against Giants and, 5 are against Carolina and everything else. And, 10 are against Washington. All of his 52 sacks are all against 3 bad teams. But he didn't put out there in the 7 games that he played against the Eagles that he's got 5. He's got more sacks against the Eagles than he does against the New York Giants. Why didn't you put that out there, Colin? Colin? Why do you see? This is the kind of bullshit that jackasses out there do. This is the same mother humper who was out there saying that the Cowboys should let Dak Prescott walk and trade for Derek Carr. How do you come up with this stupid minutia? Derek Carr has been ass his whole damn career. Yet for whatever reason, you say the Cowboys would be better off eating Dak Prescott's contract, letting him walk, spending valuable draft capital for a stiff. I mean stiff. And not a good stiff that the ladies like. He's just a stiff, okay? Let's be real here. That was the dumbest take out there. You literally going to take a guy and throw shade on a man that's got 52 and a half sacks in 4 years to start his career and say that Jared Verse, and here's the numbers right here. Jared Verse versus Micah Parsons. Last year, he played 17 games. Micah played 13. Okay? Micah has 12 sacks in 13 games, 17 games. Jared Verse has 4.5. Solo tackles. Jared Verse has 4 more games, and he has 6 more solo tackles. Forced fumbles, the same in less games. So you are literally going to say, oh, don't pay that guy. Don't pay Micah. Pay Jared Verse. Get the frick out of here with some stupid-ass bullshitty takes, Colin. Takes. That's some bullshit. Sorry. You're a freaking idiot. You're an idiot. So we got that to talk about. Miss Gibson's in the house. How are we doing? We got that. Chris Dooley's in the house. Internet Junkie. First was a rookie. Your point? Yeah, and guess what? And Micah Parsons rookie. So wait. Let's see if we get it straight then. But since you're bringing it in here, see, you want some heat? I'll give you some heat here. Well, he was just a rookie. Yeah, but guess what? Micah had his rookie year. 12 sacks. 12 sacks. So you're sitting here saying that you should. Oh, well, he's getting there. He's like Lawrence Taylor. He's like Lawrence Taylor. After 1 year. After 1 year, to a guy who's averaged 12 plus sacks a season. Do I have that straight? Come on, man. Admit it. That is the dumbest take of the offseason, man. Don't try and make some excuses. Don't try and sugarcoat it, act like this jackass, and I mean jackass is right, because he's not. Bro, you just been loud. Micah got 3 against the Eagles backups. Kenny Pickett. Hey, sacks are sacks, bro. And so how come everybody else didn't get all those sacks against your guys then, man? How come, please tell me, if sacks are so easy, how come he is second in sacks in his career against everybody else that's been there? If they're so easy, okay? If they're so easy, then everybody should be getting them then, shouldn't they? Right? Right? Or am I wrong? Oh, well, it's Kenny Pickett, so, we can't count the fact that he's getting sacks like that. Really? Aren't we all playing the same games? When was the last time the Eagles had a guy doing that? Huh? Every year. Every year. No, man, sorry. This is just straight up bullshit. And you all know it. You all know it. When that guy can truck an offensive tackle, literally, with his little teeny ass, and I'm telling you, he's a little teeny ass, can truck an offensive tackle, take on double teams, triple teams, get held every single freaking game and never get calls, and you're trying to say that the guy is not legit? Come on, man. See, that's where you guys are truly just Dallas Cowboys haters. I hate the Eagles, but I can recognize when they have somebody that can play well. And I'm not too damn proud to admit that guy's good. That guy's good. He is actually a top player. Come on, man. Keep it fair. Keep it fair. Stacy White. What's up, Stacy? Where was better? I'll see where on Sunday. The where was fantastic, but Mike is getting there, bro. The question will be, oh, damn, Bobby sent 10 gifts. Damn, Bobby. Shout out to Bobby Beninsky, channel member. Damn, Bobby B. You must be rolling it. Did you turn over a Brinks truck? And D Moore, what's happening, D Moore? How are you doing? Kingship Operations got one. Edwin got one. Internet Junkie. You get all feelings about one hot Internet Junkie. Okay. Hey, Internet Junkie. Come here. Come here, man. Bro. In case, Internet Junkie, in case you didn't know, actually, hang on, Internet Junkie. Let me explain something to you here real quick. Let me see if I can get it for just a second here. Hold up. Let me just let me connect to this camera real quick, Internet Junkie, and bring you here a little closer. Okay, that's too close. Okay, Internet Junkie. Up. Did I lose me? Okay, hold on. Okay, Internet Junkie, come here. Let me explain to you how the YouTube works, man. People watch because it's entertaining. Okay? It's entertaining. And they want to watch when people get upset or excited or have some energy and some passion. So what you do is you do things to get a reaction like BAM! See, like that just scared the piss out of everybody. You know? That's what it's about. And if you don't like my takes, Internet Junkie, you know what you can do?
Remember, I'm the motherfucking fucking one who calls the shots. And you better pay me the respect that I gave your brother, or we're gonna have a problem. A bad one. Now get the fuck out of here.
Okay. Now, we're in the silly season, bro. We're in the Pamela Savage, man. It really is ladies' night in here. Oh shit, turn it up, man. The ladies are in the house. Damn. But understand, there's nothing going on, bro. You know how hard it is to do a show at this time of year There's nothing listen, there's nothing going on. Okay? Try to bring some passion, some excitement, have some fun. Philly D, you look thin, my guy. You got that six-pack. Oh, no. I've actually been trying to lose some weight. I've been using this heat wave as a sauna. I've been working outside. I've been drinking tons and tons of water. I mean, look, right now, I don't have one of my bubbly waters. I just got straight up water here in a cowboy glass. So I'm just trying to drink plenty of water, flush out my system, work in the heat and sweat and everything else. And so I have dropped down. I dropped about 6 pounds this week. So I feel good about that. I need to drop about another 20. But thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for the super chat on that one, Philly D. All right. But it is hard out here to get content when there ain't nothing going on. Now, the thing is, this is how crazy it is.
Micah Parsons.
Oops, shut up, Colin. Colin, you're a freaking idiot, okay? This is how crazy it is because we are holding on to...
How you doing, buddy? How's it going, man?
I'm good.
Holding on to any little tad bit of information here, and it's being brought to you like it's reality. Okay. Yesterday, Mike Fisher, shout out to Mike Fisher and things, one of the old heads have been doing it forever and things like that, who had said he had gotten a text message yesterday morning and said that, pretty much the deal is been talked about. Jerry paid Cowherd to talk about but the price has supposedly already been talked about. I mean, we all know what's really going to happen is it's going to be like a 5-year deal. My wife would throw $1 at you in the club. Oh, damn. Tell her to get some glasses because it definitely ain't that, Bobby B. But tell her I said thank you. I'll shake my money maker for a few dollars here for her, okay? Okay. But we had heard that pretty much the deal was kind of taken care of. That, they've got something worked out and it'll be all good. And you can tell by what Micah Parsons, he's not wolfing and he's not internet junkie. Bro, seriously? Sensitive? Internet junkie? Sensitive? Really? When did the camera start going that small? Damn, that's like too big. I look like I got a big water head up here. Sensitive? I'm not sensitive, bud. I'm actually just having fun. Just having fun. Showing a little passion, bro. It's not that serious. It's just YouTube. Anyway, we had heard that pretty much they kind of got agreement. It'll just be a matter of when they finally sit down and do the signing and everything else on there. And that somewhere around $205 million, 5 years, $41 million fully guaranteed. If anybody really thinks that Micah Parsons isn't going to get signed, you haven't been paying attention to the Cowboys. We know that the Cowboys, is Lola in the house? Did I miss Lola? Oh, my goodness. Welcome, Lo. Shout out to Lola, Miss Hot Sauce. D-Moore, I am ready for training camp too. I can't wait till we have something really to talk about. But the thing is everybody is looking for something to gravitate and talk about, and get some insight out right now. And so you heard all of a sudden, oh, Micah, everybody heard it. Micah may want a shorter deal so he can get another piece of the pie. Nobody got Micah Parsons on camera saying, hey, I want a shorter deal. I want to get another big chunk of the pie. Nobody heard anything of that. Here's where it all came from was Albert Breer talking about Micah Parsons. And again, it just takes just a little bit. He said Micah Parsons might want a shorter deal. Oh, you don't like me up close? James, you don't like me up this close? I don't look that pretty? Okay. All right. You sure you don't want me that close, though? Hey, okay. So just listen to this for a few moments, and you see if this was some earth-shattering, groundbreaking news.
How you doing, Rich?
Hey, Rich.
To Billis at the top of the show about the lawsuit that was settled with the NCAA and member schools and things. What do you think when you hearing about this? It sounds like they're professional. We're going to see professionalizing of collegiate football. For sure.
Yeah, what I think, Rich, is that it should have happened a long time ago. This is something the NCAA should have gotten in front of, and it should never have gotten to this point.
Right.
You know, so that's like my first thought is that the NCAA could have prevented all of this mess that we've all been kind of working through the last 5 years. I hope that this stabilizes things because I'm like you, I love college sports, and so I'm obviously all for people being compensated. And being able to get market value for what they're worth, and I'm sure that'll continue to happen beyond just the money coming from the schools. I know there are going to be some constraints on NIL, and then from there, I think there are a couple interesting elements. I mean, number one, I think I wonder if it's going to level the playing field a little bit, right? Because if
here we go,
can still spend NIL dollars above that $20 million, whatever it is. Mm-hmm. Well, then, I mean, it's still going to be the blue bloods, right, that are going to dominate.
Yeah. Okay.
The other thing that I think is interesting, and this just sort of relates to anybody who has kids that are growing up and playing sports, I sort of wonder what this is going to mean for all the non-revenue sports, because I've heard a lot of people say, like, well, just take it out of the football coach's pocket. You know what these schools aren't going to do? They aren't going to take it out of the football coach's pocket. I do wonder.
Get on.
You know what I mean? In 7 or 8 years, because the model could change. Because
get to it. See how much bullshit this is.
If it's going to be a business, then really there's two sports and mostly one that are pulling the card on this.
Albert Breer here on the Rich Eisen Show from Sports Illustrated. I'm on the Rich Eisen Show radio network right now, sitting at the Rich Eisen Show desk, furnished by Granger with supplies and solutions for every industry.
Damn, Rich, now you hawking shit now.
You call clickgranger.com. Or just stop by. Your MMQB gave a lot of detail of
Come on, get to it, man.
Of Rodgers, and I guess it really wasn't a pursuit, right? Like you were saying that they've been lockstep since his appearance at the facility in March, Albert?
Yeah, and I think this is something where there was a level of trust that Mike Tomlin and Omar Khan and the guys in Pittsburgh were able to establish with Aaron early on. Now they did throw their hat in the ring on Matthew Stafford. They were like, pretty much everybody else. The Giants and Raiders were sort of in this category too, where it was like, do we really think that he's going to leave Los Angeles? Do we really think that he's going to leave Sean McVay? No. They did touch base with the Rams about potentially trading for Matthew Stafford, but they never really believed
this was earth-shattering material.
Then there was the Justin Fields thing, which I
if this was earth-shattering that Micah Parsons
and then what do you do?
Was basically wolfing out about
Justin
wanting
the question
a shorter
was, do we
deal.
Want to commit lock, stock, and
you think he would have been talking about NILs and everything else
that's where
here?
It got a little murkier, and I think they knew that if some team was willing to do that, like the Jets were, then they'd be probably moving on from Justin Fields as well.
Bobby B, I love that comment.
Here's the way I look at it, Rich.
Bobby B, that he's
the roster
they're holding on to the money in case they die. I love that. Shout out to Sugar Daddy, 45 months as a channel member.
Contract. You have Cam Hayward at the end. Do you really want to swing for a single or a double? All due respect, do you want to go get Daniel Jones? Do you want to look at trading for Kirk Cousins? They did inquire on Cousins.
All of this minutia before he gets to literally 2 seconds.
You've only got 1 or 2 shots left with this core of players. Are you looking for the home run or are you looking for the base hit? And I think that's what this was we are looking for the home run. And maybe we'll swing and miss, but it won't be for lack of trying. That we get again Hayward and Watt and
there's Momo
and Metcalf and those guys the best answer we possibly can. So they really started talking,
you see
in March,
all of this
and
minutia.
They were able to establish a level of trust. They tried to quietly bring him into the building on March 21st. It wound up getting out, but I think if you read in the story, there were some interesting details to what they did to try to get him in quietly. And from there, I mean, they've been talking regularly to the point where Arthur
I'm going to sleep here on it.
Feel a pretty good degree of certainty that they felt like all along.
I can't.
He has shown up. So, what's your questions when if you I don't think you're going to be there tomorrow, but he's going to be talking on Tuesday. What questions do you want to hear answered from Ron?
Well, I think we have
mandatory
minicamp, and the reason he missed the mandatory minicamp was because of the prearranged trip to Egypt.
Okay, so here it is. Finally,
on my part, but
so keep in mind, we got 6.5 minutes here, right? We didn't talk about Aaron Rodgers and Arthur Smith and all this other bullshit and everything else. If this was actually a legitimate thing about Micah Parsons wanting slowing down the contract negotiations, would it really be 6.5 minutes in? You would lead with this thing because it would be breaking.
Like, if you look at it's actually interesting. You look at it, right? And he was at the Jets off-season program for 8 weeks last year.
I rewound it too far.
And he missed the mandatory. Like, they moved the mini camp up. That it did. And I think a lot of the Jets people would tell you right now. I thought it was right there.
Jeez, I am still missing it.
To keep themselves in a position to perform at a high level.
I can't even find it now.
What has Aaron been doing away from
Aaron?
Being an NFL Network guy.
Okay, forget it. I can't even find it. But it's like literally, he came through and he said, "Well, Micah Parsons may want to get a shorter deal so he can get another piece of the pie," and he pulled that out of his ass. Literally pulled. It was a big turd that he dropped in here. Of boom, Micah Parsons might want a shorter deal. Well, he might want a shorter. I mean that's possible, but you don't know. He didn't come to you and say, "Hey, man, I want you to put it out here that Micah Parsons wants a shorter deal." See, this is how crazy it is and why we need training camps open up. But I'm glad Momo's here. Shout out to Momo. Sending prayers to your sister. I know you're going through a rough time right now, and I'm going to make it a little bit rougher because, see, Momo believes that Jaden Daniels is going to be the bomb.com again next year. That, he's going to elevate even more than what he did last year. But see, it's kind of like the repeating as NFC champions, East champions, which is crazy when you start thinking about this, that the last time there was a repeat champion, and I will give them credit, it was the Eagles 2002, 2003, and 2004. But in that time, the Eagles have gone to 3 Super Bowls. Was it 3? No, 4 Super Bowls. 4 Super Bowls. They lost 2 and won 2 and did not repeat as NFC champions. The Giants went to 2 Super Bowls and won them against Tom Brady and did not repeat as division champions. Now, that doesn't make any sense when you think about 6 teams going to the Super Bowl and or winning and not being able to repeat as champions. And until somebody does it again, you have to say it's damn near impossible. Doesn't mean it won't happen, but chances are, for whatever reason, that the Eagles don't. So here you have Jaden Daniels. And see, Momo thinks that the second-year slump won't happen with his guy. But you know what's funny is, I can remember, I'm old enough to remember, C.J. Stroud, Micah Parsons' buddy, they're doing a podcast, and after his rookie season that he had 4,108 yards, 23 TDs, 5 interceptions, a 108 rating, took his team to the playoffs, got the stank of Deshaun Watson being there gone, and gave that team incredible hope that he proclaimed himself a top 5 quarterback. And you have found it hard to find anybody who would disagree with that. Last year, second year, not so much. His completion percentage dropped by a point. His yardage dropped by about 500 yards. His TDs dropped by 3. But his interceptions went up by 7. And his rating dropped by 18. Now, I expect him to rebound because it's no longer the sophomore slump. Let's take Jordan Love, because Jordan Love, after being able to ride the pine for years behind Aaron Rodgers, got his first start. He mollywopped us in the playoffs. He looked good. He looked real good in that game. He had a 64% completion percentage, had 4,199 yards, 32 TDs. That's a lot of TDs, with 11 interceptions. But then last year, not quite as good. Dropped by about 800 yards passing. Completion percentage dropped by a percentage. His touchdowns dropped by 7. His interceptions did stay the same. And so, Momo, I want to know why it is that you think that your guy is going to be able to do something that most quarterbacks seem to not be able to. That second year slump again. I'm going to tell you, Momo, the thing is, when you're a rookie, teams don't know what your tendencies are. But see, teams have staffs that watch film, that break it down. They find the tendencies. They find out what your offense does. They find out, do you have a little tick? Do you pat the ball before you throw the ball downfield and stuff? Do you look into the receivers, okay? Are you more apt to go to your second read, where you're going to look off, and I'm going right here? They're going to find out those little teeny things that you do. I said with a couple years ago with Jalen Hurts, and don't get me wrong, worry about that turnover machine, by the way, the kind that named Dak. That's a misnomer. See, you know what, Momo? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Is it possible, Momo, that you are the reincarnation of Rashid? Because, see, Rashid would always say, take the stupid takes from ESPN and regurgitate them over. See, it's funny that you say that he's a turnover machine, yet in comparison to most quarterbacks, historically, he is actually one of the fewer that turn the football over. Yes, he did have quite a few that year that he had his thumb broken in 3 places and had pins in it. I'll give you that one. But that was more the exception than the rule. Carson Wentz is a turnover machine. See, if you start saying Dak is a dink and dunker, when actually he's one of the best deep throwers. See, that's the kind of thing that Rashid would do. Did you get a little Rashid in you? Are you going to end up saying, why did we draft a wide receiver? Or maybe, why did you sign a fat-ass wide receiver? How about that one? Ronald Davis. Hey, Mark, is DeMarcus Lawrence back with the Cowboys, or is it? Oh my God. Okay, Ronald, that is fake news. DeMarcus Lawrence will never be back with the Cowboys. Okay, so, oh God, I hate this shit. Yeah, he's in Seattle. No, what I hate is, I don't know if you guys notice it. It's called Slop AI. Okay, and Facebook is pushing Slop AI. YouTube or Google is actually beginning to get into this stuff, because what it is it's real easy to make content using AI that's just straight up bullshit. The Felix Blood Show. Mark always states the obvious when it comes to football. Okay, well, Felix, if you don't like what I state and the obvious, why are you here? Okay. What the fuck is wrong with you guys? Seriously. Okay. If here's a good take for you. If you don't like what I serve on my menu, go eat someplace else. How about that one? Go the fuck on out. How about that? Always states the obvious. Okay. Well, what do you want me to state? Some lies, some bullshit like Colin Cowherd? That Jared Verse is better than Micah Parsons and he deserves to get paid, and Micah Parsons, don't pay that guy. Oh, would you rather me state some bullshit like that? Shit. Well, Wentz actually has 2 rings. 2 rings, Philly D. At least get it right. But it's called Slop AI. And it drives me crazy because you click on something, you always know the voice. The voices are pretty much the same. But they'll come up with, in medieval times, they had end up using a sponge to wipe their ass, and the people would smell the sponge and it'd stink, but they'd still wipe their ass with it and pass it on to it's like, what the fuck is this? Or you got some cat that's got, he's got his work clothes on and he's raising his son because he's a single parent cat and all that and stuff, and gets run over by a freaking car and things, and the son, the cat's in the bar always drink. It's bullshit, fake stuff, huh? The gorillas. Oh, the gorillas, the damn gorilla who's an ICE officer and shit. It's fake, okay? And you always see these. You can tell the YouTube videos too, because it's always Dallas Cowboys breaking news, and then you listen to it and it's like Aaron Rodgers signs with the Dallas. It's like Aaron Rodgers didn't sign with it. What the fuck are you talking about? It's fake news. And on on Facebook, it's even worse, because you'll see crazy shit like Tony Dorsett elected to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Dude, that was like 30 years ago. What are you talking about? People actually think it's real. It's about time that he finally got it. It's like, how stupid are you? Do you not know that Tony Dorsett has been a Hall of Famer like forever? So don't fall for it. No, D-Law is not back with the Dallas Cowboys, and he will never be back with the Dallas Cowboys. That bridge is burnt, okay? Micah Parsons and him do not get on. Ever since Mark got them 100,000 subscriber, he acted like he's the biggest YouTuber. Hey, you know what? I'm going to show you, Felix, or should I say, we know who you are. You know what? That's cool, man. It's cool that you don't like it. If you don't like it, get the fuck out. I am not any different, Felix. Trust me, bro. I ain't any different than I was when I had 10,000 subscribers. I'm the same mother humper that will get up tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock, drive 2.5 hours, rent a snake so I can snake out a fucking toilet that's full of probably baby wipes and shit. Seriously. I will be the same guy that was changing an electric panel last night in a house that hadn't had AC in a freaking week. So get out of here with that bullshit that ever since get out of here, man. Hey, Mark, welcome to the Commanders. Oh, no, bro. Won't be. Never. Momo, if I did not jump ship back in the 80s when you guys were a dynasty, when I was here living with them, when the defensive coordinator son was my teammate and his daughter was a cheerleader, if I didn't become a Commanders fan then, I damn sure wouldn't. And with stuff like this clock, radio, it's my dad's. He instilled it to me, bro. There is no way, unfortunately for Jerry Jones, or fortunately for Jerry Jones, there's nothing that he can do that will make me turn my back on the Dallas Cowboys. It just can't. It's in my blood because of my dad. So you can keep wishing, you can keep hoping, but it's not going to happen. Chris May, Retro Gaming Grub, Cowboys are going to pay for that. You're holding it down for true Cowboy soldier passion, knowledge, and loyalty to the star. Forget the haters. They don't troll their way out of the playbook. Keep shining, my brother. Okay, so we got all that stuff done. CeeDee Lamb, who's got tons of money, and I don't know if you've seen Dak Prescott's, his get-together. Dak looks like he ain't got an ounce of fat on him. It's like fat goes to die in Dak Prescott's body. Mr. Turnover Machine, whoever said that was. Yeah, okay, whatever. Oh, it was Momo. It was you, Momo, wasn't it? Yeah, it was you, Momo. And you know what, Momo? You might just jinx your guy. You up here trashing somebody else. That might be your guy next year. Could be. Mark, when Jerry trains Dak, that's when you will see the changes. Drew, In the end, it's about the star on the helmet. It really is. I've seen Roger Staubach, greatest quarterback I ever saw. He retired. Danny White. Actually love Danny White. He went. Troy Aikman. Tony Romo. Bro, it's about the team. Momo, switch, stroke, and crack. Eagles winning the NFC East. Well, Lamar Davis, if they do, I will congratulate you and tell you I hate you, mother humpers. But until you do, you right now, nobody's got it. Nobody's got it. So we're going to start over. But anyway, CeeDee Lamb was pissed off this morning because somebody smashed the side window in one of his cars. You can't tell which car it is because he's got so many of them. It was not the Lamborghini. I can guarantee you that. It was not the Lamborghini. But they smashed this window in his car and stole some shit out of it. And he posted on Instagram, I hope it was worth it. So he is definitely trying to find out whoever it will. The Cowboys will always be my team for life. Shout out to Miss Gibson. See, and I'm just like that. I heard Drew likes to pick dingleberries out of his crack and then sniff them. Ooh. Drew, at Mark is really, Dallas is all about being in the spotlight, never winning. Well, I could say this much for that take, Drew. That Jerry likes to be in the spotlight. That's a true statement. That's a true statement. But here's what we found out, though. Here's what we found out, Drew, last year was the Cowboys do like to be in the spotlight. But I know I saw somebody who was, they had posted, what is the most heartbreaking game that you can remember? There's a couple for me. There's the Cowboys Super Bowl against the Steelers where the tight end, God, his name passes me, slips my mind, but slid in the end zone and the ball bounced out of his hands. Okay, and we ended up losing that one. I can't remember his name, but it was because of him the week before that we were in the Super Bowl. So it's like you can't really get pissed off about that. I will say the Green Bay Packers, Dez Bryant's catch no catch. To have seen him catch it, then see the challenge flag come down, and then have it overturned, and then see Aaron Rodgers go down the field on us and lose, and beat us, and we lose. I will say Dak Prescott leading the Cowboys against the Green Bay Packers as a rookie down the field, scoring a touchdown with like 40-some seconds left. And all we need to do is get a stop, and my defense doesn't do it. And I actually have to put one that's a non-Super Bowl playoff game on there, is watching the Eagles mollywop us with Cooper Rush playing at home this past season. And seeing stupid shit like the sun being in CeeDee Lamb's eyes and can't see the ball. Knowing that was a self-inflicted wound because of Jerry Jones's freaking, I don't even know what you want to call it, but Jerry Jones's ignorance of, we like the aesthetics of stadium. So you're making a true statement there, that he would rather have the aesthetics of the stadium than giving himself a competitive advantage. But watching that game hurt like hell, going there and literally seeing the Eagles just beat the living shit out of my team. After hanging out with my man Walker Wade, whose birthday was yesterday, as well as Thomas Garrett, happy birthday to both of you guys, that hurt like hell. And what it actually proved, because being there in Dallas, the local fans were like, F you, Jerry, they're not showing up. The fans that were there were idiots like me that came from out of town to say, hey, the ticket prices are real cheap right now. I can go see the Star. I can get the tour and everything else, and I can hang out with my Cowboys. And what we found out, because the NFL was literally talking about taking away primetime games and moving the Cowboys out of them. So, yes, the Cowboys like the headlines. Yes, they like to be talked about. But when they're not winning, nobody cares. Nobody cares. So they do have to win. Drew, Linda, Philly D, and Logan, not one Cowboy content creator has a video of Dallas winning a Super Bowl. Okay, Drew. I mean, I've done ones where I've gone throwbacks to Dallas Cowboys glory years and things and remembering those myself. But okay. Congratulations, Drew. I'm happy that you are now in the Eagles' heyday that took 57 years for you to get there, which was the longest drought. And I get it. We are the reverse of where we used to be. You guys are living the life in the penthouse like our Cowboys used to, while you were in the outhouse. I get it. Congratulations. It's your turn. But don't think that those times are going to last forever. The NFL has a way of humbling you. Who's in the lead right now? I see Chris May is in third. Is Jeff Lee in number one? Let me check this here as we're going down the line. Bobby Beninsky is number, oh my God. Bobby B is sitting at number one. My name is Jeff is number two, and Chris May is three. Damn. Are we going to, oh shit. I watched a video about Jerry Jones making a deal with the devil, winning the Super. Yeah, he did. He actually said, to prayed to God and said, hey, Lord, you know I got the hole in the roof right there, so you can look down on Sundays at the game. Yeah, most teams don't have that for you, but we put that in there just for you, God, because we know that the Cowboys are not only America's team, they're the heaven team for you too. But if you can just give me just one more Super Bowl right here, I'll never ask you for another thing. Jesus said, done. And maybe that's the problem. Dirty Sanchez, how can this idiot say Dallas is not relevant when everyone even talks about is the Cowboys? Boom, shakalaka, Dirty Sanchez, 100% right. How are we not relevant when how many Eagle fans are here? How many Eagle fans are here constantly? You can't get us off your mind. I'm just curious. No, real question. Philly D. It's Howie Vision, and we're just living in it. Okay, Philly D. I hear you. I hear you. Damn. They're coming in hot and heavy. Philly D. JD 1965. Shout out to JD 1965. I can't explain it. I can't explain why everybody loves the Cowboys. Eagles fans have to come to Cowboys channel just so they can say their team is relevant. Damn, dirty hitting it hard tonight. Damn, that's right. Cowboys every day. We're not relevant, but on every Cowboys channel. Fly Eagles fly. No, Mark, it's the reverse. Mark, all you talk about is us. Actually, Lamar, I didn't start talking about the Eagles until Eagles people came in. I came in talking about Micah Parsons. Oh, I forgot about Micah Parsons looking like George Jefferson. I'll get back to that. I talked about CeeDee Lamb, his car being broken in. I talked about Dak Prescott. Fat cells go to die when they go to Dak Prescott. What else was I talking about here? That's what I came in here talking about. I didn't lead the show and say Jalen Hurts is, the most overrated quarterback out there, because I didn't do that. I don't think I said anything about Saquon Barkley. So I don't know how it is that you're going to come in here and say that I'm always talking about the Eagles. Now, understand understand. Oh, I did say, you're right. I did say with Colin Cowturd, when he was going there and saying, oh, he's got 4.5 sacks against the Giants and things, and he's got, 5 against the Carolina Panthers and 10 against the Commanders. And I said, don't sugarcoat it now. I said he has 5 against the Eagles, which is a true statement. He said he only gets sacks against loser teams. And I said he's got 5 against the Eagles. And, of course, an Eagle fan went through and tried to justify, oh, well, those don't really count. Well, you still had your, you may not have had Jalen Hurts out there all the time, but you had your all-world offensive line out there. And understand, what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to ignore the Eagles, a team that we have to play twice a year and try and get past for the playoffs and beyond? Am I not supposed to talk about are they persona non grata? You can't talk about the Eagles. I didn't come in here and make a show of this. And let me be clear here. The reason I'm on the Dan Saleo show is not because I called him up and said, Dan, please. No, because I got trolled out. You guys came in and told me that Dan Saleo was trashing me. I didn't know who the hell Dan Saleo. Who the hell was Dan Saleo? I had never heard of Dan Saleo. Okay? He actually played for the Cowboys. Well, he was worse than Mozzie Smith. Okay? Seriously. Dan Saleo was worse. That's why he doesn't like Mozzie Smith, because he looks at me and says, damn, even that guy was better than me. Okay? So I went over there to try and say, who the hell is this guy who's trashing me that I don't even know what his channel's about? And was a grown-ass man and not scared of somebody trashing me and trying to say, hey, yo, man, if you want to trash me, at least trash me to my face. That's why I got on there. And he was like, well, damn, this mother humper showed up. Let me get him on the channel. People are watching and enjoying. So he gets me on there because it helps his channel. Amazing that the Super Bowl champion, that one of their biggest YouTube channels, that legitimately, when a Cowboy fan like me, a nobody, okay, not an arrogant out since I got 100,000 subscribers, the guy who's going to be snaking out a freaking toilet and dealing with sewer gas tomorrow morning after driving 150 miles, that guy brings fans in the stands for an Eagle channel. So don't come in here and say, I'm the one that's here talking about the freaking Eagles. You guys have a low self-esteem that you need validation from the Dallas Cowboy fans to make yourself feel better. How does it feel knowing that you are the Super Bowl champion, that you have been the cream of the crop of the NFC East, that you've been to 2 Super Bowls, winning one twice out of the last 3 years, yet the sorry-ass Dallas Cowboys that only won 9 games last year are more talked about than you guys? How does that make you feel? Huh? Dirty Sanchez, I could have sworn it was just a couple weeks ago. Drew said they were going to be paying, they were going to start paying rent here. I wish they would, man. But Dirty, it seems like you paying the rent for them, man. Appreciate you, Dirty Sanchez. Every time I walk out the red brick house, man, I see you on the brick walkway. I appreciate it. So let me remind you, trolls up in here, that have got my blood pressure up.
I'm the motherfucking fucking one who calls the shots.
That's right. I'm the one that calls the shot.
And you better pay me the respect that I gave your brother, or we're gonna have a problem.
You going to have a problem here?
Bad one.
Trying to run a business here.
Now get the fuck out of here.
Now get the fuck out of here. We love Dak's six-pack. Okay, Philly D. All right, so you can tell that we've got all this pent-up excitement for the season, okay? That there ain't shit really going on, that we just have to sit here and just... I'll also say this. I'll be honest with you. This was fun tonight. This was really. I love it when I get a troll that comes in here trying to bitch slap me and talk stupid shit and everything else. I know who that is, Bobby B. Bobby B. We just love to tell Mark in good fun. Oh, and that's the thing, Bobby B. Appreciate you, Bobby B. There's no hate and animosity here. People think that I actually get upset. I come in here. This is therapeutical for me. I have an absolute positive ball here. You know, when I see, I enjoy your gig on the dance. Well, you know what, Lamar, actually, I enjoy it too. And it's actually good because it keeps me grounded. You know what I'm saying, Lamar? Because I go in there, you realize as much as I hate it, but when I realize what the Eagles have done and what they've built, doesn't have me have delusions when it comes to my Cowboys and what we do. Because I can look at this, Ronald Conway, shout out to Ronald. As an Eagle fan, I look forward to the rivalry this year. There's a reason the season opener versus the Birds Cowboys, nothing but love till the season opener kick. Same here, Ron. Shout out to you. Thank you for the super chat, too. But it does keep me grounded. In the same way, there are signs around us, if you are open to seeing them, that have a lot of meaning. Okay, for me, you guys, anybody who's watched this show for any length of time knows how the red brick house has been near and dear to me. I love that house. That house has become part of me. But there's something that happens every single time I go out to my truck. Drew has 4 playoff wins in 30 years. You suck. Okay. All right. What do you want me to say? Thank you. Thank you, Drew. My name is Drew. My name is Drew. But here's the thing. There's signs out there that will point you and ground you in the world. And when I go out to my truck, there's the cemetery that dates back to the 1700s that's right there. And one of the headstones, it's an obelisk, which means it looks like the Washington Monument, okay? We stole that shit from the Egyptians, all right? But that headstone is Mary and David Bush, who sold 4.5 acres to a Revolutionary War soldier, which he ended up building the red brick house, which was a school and a Mason Lodge. And when I see that, every time I go out to the truck and I see that headstone, I wave at it. Because it makes you realize that things aren't permanent. That they owned all of this land and this house and this farm and all that stuff. And at some point, that's going to be me. Doesn't matter how much money you have or whatever. None of this stuff is permanent. El Chapo goes with 190. El Cheapo goes with 199, and El Cheapo goes with 199. Dirty, you killing him tonight, Dirty. Damn, you killing him. And that's the thing that you have to realize. And as good as the Eagles have been, at some point they're going to be like Mary and David. That section is going to pass, and it'll be a new dynasty. It'll be another team that rises up. And maybe it's my Cowboys that come back, because we were left for dead. GTB made a good point about the NFC East. All teams have improved and will raise the whole bar for the NFL. You ain't lying about that. The NFC East is loaded, without a doubt. Shout out to Linda. Linda, I hope you email me, because I want to get that shirt and stuff taken care of for you. In fact, I'll get you in touch with Tracy. And D-Moore, Tracy had to order a small shirt and stuff for you, so we're waiting for that to get in so she can make that, because she didn't have any. Actually, she didn't have any mediums either. She had like large, extra large. Okay, all right. But anyway, we'll get those squared away. But it reminds me that permanence, that nothing lasts forever. And the Eagles, by all means, enjoy this time. You should be happy. You should definitely enjoy it, because I wish I knew back in the 90s that it wasn't going to be like that all the time. I would have enjoyed it that much more. But I would have loved if we actually had YouTube back then and things, so I could have actually been talking about my team winning a Super Bowl. But it makes you realize that you got to enjoy. Benny, we got you covered. She's got your shirt is being made and all that squared away. You got the Cowboys code there, one of her older ones. So she's working on that for you. But I would have enjoyed it more. Respect. Oh, sorry, Momo, bro. You had one good season. You got one good season, bro. Get back to me when you got a couple of them stacked up. Okay. Sorry, Momo. Ain't no respect for you. Okay. I got no more, especially since you showed your ass on my show. Literally, you showed your ass on my show. All righty, good people. We've made it through another day, another show, and we've pissed off some Eagle fans, as always, because they're always mad. There's always VHS, Mark. Yes, there is. Oh, my God. I've never heard that one before. I've never, VH tapes of it. Bro, it's on the internet. Seriously. Logan Motorsports, I'm not respecting your team. I'm not, no. I'm not, no. I'm only going to respect I'm not sure I respect my Cowboys. I don't think I respect them either. But until they do something good. All righty, good people. It has been a pleasure tonight. And understand, let me be clear here. I may get loud. Okay, I may get loud. I may yell at a fan or something like that. But this is all in fun, okay? This is about being entertained. And it's not slop AI bullshit. This is the real Mark Holmes. And I appreciate each and every one of you guys. And I love all you. I love all you guys. Logan Motorsport, Lamar Davis, Jeff Lee. My name is Jeff. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Did Bobby B end up being the winner? Bobby, you got to let me know what you want this time. What you want? Do you want another Rocky something or other plaque, shirt, whatever? Bobby, email me, cowboysmark94@gmail, so we can get you. Damn, you blew everybody away. You had 1,050 points. Damn. Lovely Linda was in second place at 325. Hold on. How the hell are my last two winners Eagles? Yo, Jeff, what's going on, man? Jeff, you don't love me anymore, Jeff? My name is Jeff. Miss Tracy told me that you said any shirts that you win, you always have to put my name is Jeff on the back of them for her. Seriously. She's got it down pat. She actually printed out extra ones of those, because it's like, okay, well, I'm going to do it for the next shirt. Let me print out 4 or 5 because we know Jeff's going to win. And you let me down, Jeff. Jeff, what's up? Are you okay? You feeling okay? Do I need to call the doctor? Ambulance for you? Come on, Jeff. All righty, good people. As always, I love you. And we only have a few more weeks, and then we're going to really be talking about football.